Hey, what's going on, guys? Jetxc here. Hopefully, you guys have been doing good. I'm just going to quickly summarize an article here that was an interview done with the, I believe it's producer or project director, I can't remember, of the game for Horizon Walker. And essentially, they're just talking about the May update. Now, this is just like any typical update, but there are some key things that were mentioned in this interview, and one of them being number one, there will be an iOS launch coming early May. So we finally will be able to download the game in May. It's already on the Google Play Store, obviously heavily censored, and it's definitely going to be heavily censored on iOS as well. So in the article, I'll just read it over here. The interviewer asks, here we go. So I heard a major update is coming in May. Could you introduce it? The iPhone version is scheduled to release the first time in early May. After that, we're preparing an event update around the end of May. A new story involving character Yui Matsumoto and other beings within the universe is in the works. The main update includes a new character, weapon, and a serious 1 month long story centered on the character. And then real quick before I get into it, the interviewer also asked, the Apple App Store is often seen as more strictly censored. Can Horizon Walker still maintain its unique flavor there? Censorship is somewhat unavoidable. We're doing our best to minimize it while creating skins and appearances that still convey the essence of our game. The review process is ongoing, so it's hard to say exactly how much will be censored. So game will definitely be 18 plus, obviously, but it is coming early May, so a lot of people that have iOS, I actually have iOS myself, it'll be pretty interesting to see what the final product will be on the iPhone. So like the producer said, there will be an update in May revolving around Yui Matsumoto. From what I remember in the story, I think she's a part of like the investigation bureau. Here is her design. I think a lot of people are going to like her design. It looks like she's got some type of telekinesis type power. She's got like it looks like 6 guns floating around her. Obviously, body type wise, people are going to love this. So I'll be curious to see how she's going to look in game and also with a skin too. That's going to be great. But they also go on in the interview to talk about there will be new content stages, around 10 to 15 stages revolving this character. And it sounds like it may be like a month-long update. So there may be like a part 1 and part 2, but I guess we'll have to see. Now, other than that, they talk about these skin adjustments, which is the slider. So I'm just going to read this real quick. If you guys don't know, in game they have added 2 costumes with breast sliders. This is like a new thing that they are implementing. If you bought the skins beforehand, they were 500 butterflies, obviously, but then after, if you didn't, those skins are permanently 850 butterflies. Now, here we go. We initially focused on character identity, but we noticed strong opinions among users regarding characters' bust size. Some thought they were too large, others too small. While the story and combat stick to character intent, we added this feature so players can enjoy appearances however they prefer. We plan to expand it, but there are no fixed plans yet. Our intent is to let users enjoy the game in a way they like. You haven't finalized it, and then the interviewer asked, you haven't finalized the direction, but are things like skin color, height, muscles, or turning accessories on off being considered? These topics have come up and are being considered, but we started with the bust size because we believe that's what users would want most. We'll study required cost, time, and user preference, gradually adding other features. So I think starting with the bust size was a pretty good idea. The only other slider I would think people would really want is, I don't know, maybe like a butt slider. I think that would probably be the only other major thing. I think everything else would probably be somewhere at the bottom of the list, right? Because I think what people also have to understand is when you start customizing every little thing about a character, they kind of lose the identity of what makes them unique, right? But it sounds like they're being very careful with what they consider regardless. And yeah, we'll see what happens with the final product. Now, I do want to mention lastly here, they do talk about the Discord and skin suggestions. I thought this was a really cool thing that people would like to know. So they said users are posting lots of skin suggestions on Discord. Are you referencing those? Our developers do check those, but sometimes it's difficult to implement certain models or their images from other games. Still, we use them as reference to understand what players want. So For those that are posting in the Discord, they actually do check it, it seems. So they definitely are at least getting somewhat inspiration of what players want from that Discord, right? And then, yeah, that's pretty much everything major that's within that update. Or excuse me, within this article. They do kind of go on to talk about just briefly about characters with different costs and other characters that would be non-EX units, and that's definitely something that they take into consideration and they are considering. But other than that, guys, yeah, new update coming in May. iOS version is on the way, and yeah, should be a nice hefty update, and we will see what happens soon. And as always, I will be updating you guys with any info regarding Horizon Marker. Okay, I gotta go, guys. Later.